Hi there, Tracy Brown. And I kind of thought we would talk about something it's funny that we probably don't talk about enough, and it can be vitally important to you feeling less anxious and worried about if you're going to get your needs met, if you're going to eat pleasurable meals, if you are going to have enough. And so today we're going to talk about actually meal planning. Not meal planning in that you write down every little detail and every little gram like you would if you were on a diet, but actually thinking ahead a bit at least to have yourself prepared with enough food and enough pleasurable food and enough to where you feel like, okay, good, my needs are met, and now I can be more focused, I can be more grounded, I can be more down and in my life. So it might sound like a simple suggestion, but I actually would suggest all of you right now as you're watching this, so I'll give you a couple seconds, or you can stop the video. I would like all of you to get out just a piece of paper, notebook paper, paper from your printer, have a pen, and turn it horizontally, and actually write down from this day you're watching this all the way through for 7 days. To write down, we're going to do at least one meal together right this second, where you write down at least one meal where you know what to expect. So essentially we're doing some meal planning. So it can be dinner, it can be breakfast, it can be lunches. You don't have to do 3 meals a day for 7 days. Let's just start with one and write it out. So I want you to start thinking about meals that you once really liked, or something you've really wanted to have for a while but just never take the time to make it for yourself. And it can be simple. It can be spaghetti and meatballs, or it could be that bean salad you've been wanting to make for weeks. It's in your email that you found it on a website and you saved it, but you never opened it up and actually made it. So what I want you to do is write down for 7 days. So take that time right now for that piece of paper. So I will actually ask you to stop the video right now and write down some meals. Okay. So how many meals have you gotten down so far? Maybe you only have 2 or 3. So if you only have 2 or 3, take some time to think about, if you had all the food available to you in the whole wide world, what would you like to eat? What senses come to mind around that? So you might have to think about, do I want something cold or hot or savory or chewy or crunchy? Does it need to have multiple flavors in there? Should it be like a combination of soft things and then some crunchy things in it? Or are you really being called towards just really, like viscerally comforting foods, like just making a big batch of chicken soup? That might sound like what's perfect to you, and then having some aside with it that brings some crunch to it. So that example could be little. You could even get a whole chicken and bake it off, and then or boil it and keep the stock, and then shred apart the chicken, and then keep the stock, and then add more to it, and then your vegetables, and then a grain in there, whether it's rice or potatoes or noodles or whatever it is that, like, oh man, that would just be really good. And then have your sides with it, whether it's raw for your vegetables or it's some toast or crusty bread or whatever sounds good with that. And there's your meal, and it could be multiple meals. So sometimes when we make even a 7-day, let's say, dinner plan, you're likely not to need to do that because you might have leftovers from a couple meals where you have 1 or 2 leftover meals a night. So hopefully doing that, just this exercise, we've been talking honestly 4 minutes, right there's enough time to come up with a handful of meals. And also from that list, let's actually make a grocery list. So think about, do I need to buy celery for the chicken soup? Do I actually need to buy a chicken? Do I need, my cupboard's empty, I need to get some basics of, like, there's no noodles or rice in there. Let's do this. So take some time to do that today and plan out some meals for yourself. If you're having some trouble with meal planning, actually take some time to actually go to my website or respond to me, tracybrownrd@gmail.com. I actually do want to create a meal planning guide for you guys, as well as even possibly do this in a call. Just actually spend time once a week or once a month coming up with some ideas that, again, you're more than welcome, which I change my mind every week. I'll make a loose plan and then change my mind because something sounds better or we go out to dinner. But I have a plan to where I don't feel like totally lost as to what I'm going to do that day, especially for dinners, if you're running the household. So take some time to do this today, because pleasure and satisfaction go such a long way to both decreasing your anxiety about what to eat and when, but also bring up your pleasure level in your life. And we need so much more of that. There's a difference between like distracting yourself with things to do or things to distract yourself from your feelings, like overly being on the internet and all those kind of things, and actually putting in pleasure. So reading a book on the front porch in the sunshine or having a delicious meal. We're looking for more pleasure. All right, until next time, be looking out for the meal planning classes coming soon, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.